The Navajo culture is a matrilineal culture. Our identities come from our mother's mother. My mother's mother, May Nadelborg, she's of Dutch heritage. So to identify as Navajo means telling people that I'm Dutch. So when I introduce myself on the reservation, I say, Yat E, Mark Charles Yanishya, Sinbake Dinan Nishle, the Tohiglini Bashishjin. Navajo is a descriptive language, so you don't label things as much as you describe them. The code talkers in World War II, they came up with names for different countries, like the Germans, they called Beish B'chae, which are the metal hat people. But the Dutch didn't play a large enough role in the war to get a name. So when I moved back here and I was trying to understand how do I introduce myself, most of the time for an American you would just say Bilagana. And I didn't want to use that. It's kind of like this understanding of you don't know fully where you actually came from. And so I started asking some relatives and talking to some people, and we decided for my mother's people, on both sides, to say Tsinbake Dena, which translated means from the wooden shoe people, which usually brings a smile to audiences when I introduce myself that way. My second clan, my father's mother, May Charles, her clan is Tohiglini, which is the waters that flow together. She grew up in this area as a young child. My third clan, my mother's father, is also Tsinbake Dena, the wooden shoe people. And then my fourth clan, my father's father, is Todachitni, the Bitterwater clan. It's one of the original clans of our Navajo tribe. It's one of the larger clans of our tribe as well. So often when I'm around the reservation and I'm introducing myself to people, I will frequently be related to people through the Bitterwater clan. Being Navajo requires an understanding of who your clans are. Most American audiences, if I were to go around and ask people, who are you? Many of them would give me their careers. I'm a student, I'm a lawyer. It's a different way of thinking about yourself. So when I talk about immigration reform, for example, without natives in the dialogue, we can have people screaming and demonizing the undocumented immigrant when they're a first or second generation immigrant themselves, and there's no integrity in the dialogue. And because natives aren't at the table, the dialogue is framed a certain way. So because you have largely a group of people who identify themselves by their occupations, what is their biggest fear about undocumented immigrants?
That they'll take their jobs.
They're stealing our jobs. Having the dialogue economically rather than relationally makes it much easier to create and use this category of other. When we can move that dialogue into a place of purely economic, now we're no longer talking about people, we're talking about jobs. So we can create this non-human category to discuss things, and you can do whatever you want to them. Yeah, you can break up their families. They're not families, they're economic threats.